pretty much, it can be flexed anywhere, especially Beloyski pulling off an Edith last match. And we're gonna go into the Land of Dawn for game 1. Alter Ego versus Aura Fire, who's gonna take the W in the first match.
Let's see who will take the dub. Take a look at Nino and Noodle already here, bringing that Purify extra security from what? From that wall charge, from Fluffy as well, that can just see all day. And with that Purify, they hope to have that extra security.
This is actually a pretty interesting maneuver, Connie. Like, I've seen this in last game for Aura Fire as well. They tend to get their XP laners to clean up the mid lane with the mid laner. Meanwhile, the roamer is just gonna roam around the map, just giving vision to all the players out there. But why do you think that's the case, Connie?
Perhaps it's because they want level 4 as fast as possible here for the roamer, but Lethal will be taken by Alter Ego Esports. Again, let's talk about the items here. Nino opted for that magic shop in that gold lane, so he will confirm build damage magic. Let's see, right? It's gonna be interesting. Will he build the feather? Will he build genius? Genius can be a possibility. I think that with this Natan, is this not the debut? Oh, never mind. Onyx. Yeah, we'll see here. Alter Ego. Oh, Rossi.
Oh, Van trying to find someone here. Razzie has to burn out the flicker there. A pretty good W for Aura Fire. Only got early on in the game. There's now going to be a flicker from Razzie and possibly a flicker Divine Judgment combo, and that's pretty huge in early game.
Another here. Interesting flicker already popped. Yeah, Razzie without flicker. Let's see, will he create pressure in the neutral objective take of the first game?
Ooh, we'll see here. Already the turtle a dance, and it's gonna be Van versus Boy here. They are equal in that strength, but let's go. We can see already the real world configuration that's opened up by Facek in the front side. But the turtle is actually going to be taken by Aura Fire. Van is still with his killer instincts on that retribution. Going to have a little advantage when it comes down to those retribution battles.
Van. You know what? I'm not really a fan of retribution skills. I think there's a lot of luck involved in that, but I'm kind of convinced that Van is one of those dudes that's just, yes, he's him, Goni.
Yeah, very good calculations right up to this point. A very great addition into the side of Aura. And take a look at the English desk. It's a unanimous team. It's a unanimous vote here. Aura Fire, your team is here now.
Yeah, I'm quite surprised here. Usually Goni always goes for anyone except Aura Fire. So this time around, what do you see in Aura Fire that will give them a dub against Alter Ego?
I'm going to put it simply here. I like Van.
Oh, interesting, Goni. For me though, I just want to see Aura win for the first time in the season. But Alter Ego Esports, of course, they're not gonna let anything happen like that. It's not gonna be easy for Aura Fire in this game.
Well, let's talk about again, right, the early game. We saw High and Facehugger. They're able to somehow find the spaces in that turtle fight. Well, full credit towards Van as well with that very well calculated retribution. But take a look at mid side.
Yeah, Fluffy getting so much damage placed onto him with the damage coming in from Boy. He's still able to get out though and still able to clear that mid side. And I believe that is what is important here. Rossi sniffing up, opening up the map just in case Aura Fire plans to go for an engage. But so far, no casualties.
Nino, Goni, as you said earlier, Feather of Heaven first item, but interestingly enough, Nino hasn't been killed so far because Nathan is very vulnerable in the early game, especially.
High goes in for the wild charge onto Pi, but cameraman go back! First blood for High there as the feather airstrike opened up by Boy. You can see that Boy gonna be able to get a kill onto High as well as once again 1 for 1 here in that exchange, but still gonna go on here as Nino comes into the fray. The real world manipulation and Van once again able to get that retribution on point. Boy goes down to the hands of Fluffy, and I gotta say, this is a huge win for Aura Fire.
It's definitely huge because Aura Fire, as you can see, Urbana, it was 3 versus 5 in that exchange. How can Van just execute it very calculative? Connie, my goodness.
It's just calculation, right? Pure instincts and calculations. And take a look at this. It's just penetration and movement speed here for Natan. Magic Shop. So he wants to rotate and move past here, but let's not forget the damage. And also, in that earlier setup, Aura Fire, they are just able to find just more plays with Rock and as well as Eve in the early game. It seems like Farsa, remember, Feather Airstrike, sure, you can pop that Feather Airstrike, but early game, not much damage. Take a look at the items already. Ice Queen 1 secured and Pride the side of Yves as well. And yeah, that's why. Utility-wise, very, very good for the early game. Meanwhile, Farsa needs time, needs that Lightning Truncheon, needs perhaps Holy Crystal to have that Feather Airstrike to create such impact.
That's interesting. I've literally never seen, like, even in ranked games, I've never seen a 2 steel leg plays in early game without any items built. My goodness, but over for Aura Fire is the first turret and the top side. This is a W for them, especially, you know, they're not really, in terms of late game, it's pretty much 50-50 at this point for the draft.
It is, right? I mean, take a look, right? Aura Fire, though, 6 minutes in 2,000 gold lead. Finally, throughout whole season 11, it seems like early game Aura Fire, for the most part, they aren't able to secure that early game, right? They're always lose. They're always lost that early game. And take a look at Van already moving. With Van, it seems like Aura Fire, they're such a creative team, such a different team. And take a look at the mid side, perhaps something might ensue.
Very, very different here indeed. Aura Fire, Udil forced to escape with the wings by wings. High, still unable to look for an engage, but once you can see here, the real world manipulation opened up. High goes in, but actually misses. Boy still able to get out, but once again, it's actually, wait, Alter Ego.
Yeah,
they were able to steal that turtle away from Aura Fire.
Yeah, the trend continues. Last match, yesterday there was a lot of mid laners just stealing the turtle from the junglers. This time it's gonna be the gold laner in Nino that's gonna help Alter Ego Esports a lot, especially when they're trailing almost 2K gold lead, Connie.
Yeah, if we're talking about gold, take a look at players' gold as well, right? By UBS. Top 2 still, the gold laners here, Kabuki and as well as Nino. So they're still focusing on that farm here. And I believe, bot side needs to be careful.
Yeah, they're trying to look for a punish on to Nino right now, but he is still able to kite away. Aura Fire, though, going to be able to get a turret in that bottom side. A small win, just trying to go with their keys to victory, trying to get more objectives on the board.
Yeah, very clean though. 2-1 in the 8th minute, but already 2 turrets for Aura Fire, showing that there is a lot of threats towards Alter Ego's objectives, and they're not just taking the kills, they want to take objectives and win the late game.
Oh, did you notice that earlier? Boy used the retribution on that lethal, but it was still Van who still has the retribution and got the lethal. That was a waste resource, but now they need to be careful here. Aura Fire, they have the momentum, they are in control. Yeah, bot side and top side has been taken down. They look for the mid. Let's see the defense.
Oh, Earth Shatter Fluffy onto 2 members here. You can see the coming of damage coming in from Alter Ego. Facehugger already opened up that real world manipulation, dealing a little bit of damage onto Alter Ego, but so far, no members have been taken out from both of these teams. A good engage, but no follow-up from the side of Aura Fire.
Kabuki with, oh my goodness, spike going in.
Oh, he goes back in, and look at this. Fluffy gonna be caught in an awkward position. So much damage, still able to flicker out for now. And once again, no bodies on the floor.
Still 2-1 for 9-minute game. It's very, very uncharacteristic, especially for an MTF MPL ID game. We love the skirmishes. We love to take fights, especially when you have an assassin. You just want to force the fight in early game. Alter Ego Esports needs to make something happen because they don't want to lose out on the late game, Connie.
Very good defense and also very good offense, right, from both teams. Seems like it's still clear that both teams do not want to make the gamble fights here. They're looking for the opening, but not really committing on towards them just yet. Saying Aura Fire, they do not want to lose that lead, and Alter Ego, they look for the opening.
Yeah, oh my god, Facehugger is going to get caught here. A really good initiation by Rossi there. 1 member up here for the side of Alter Ego Esports as they're trying to go for more here. Up high, gonna get taken down though by the damage placed by Fluffy. Udil open up the Feather Airstrike as well as Kabuki is dealing the damage on to the members of Alter Ego. You can see the AoE starting to come, and Boy gets taken out. Of all the peoples from Alter Ego, Aura Fire gonna be able to get that retribution off the board and get another Lord here in the first 9 minutes.
Van again and again. It was a pretty undermanned team fight for Aura Fire. Kabuki is not there until the last moment and changes everything for the better for Aura Fire. But Van, 3 kills and a Lord gone. My goodness, this guy's monster.
Goodness me, right? Aura Fire. Glimpses to season 10 where Aura Fire, they like to play the chaotic nature. They like to play the well calculated fights, and there you go. With calculation, they got the Lord, they got the team fight as well, and they're looking for another expand on the gold department. Earlier, 2 minutes ago, it was only 3,000, well, 2.5 even, but now they doubled it, right? Aura Fire, they will look for more inner turrets with this Lord push, and Alter Ego Esports, they need a solution ASAP. What's the solution? They need to be able to find Kabuki early, or Facehugger with Rossi, and as well as Pi with their flicker play. They need to find the main targets. Again, Facehugger and Kabuki should be the prio targets.
But it's definitely easier said than done, Connie, especially when you have a 3 BV tank in front of you. Facehugger and Kabuki is going to have a lot of heal and a lot of heal for them with the go away too.
Oh, Udil, his feather airstrike gets cancelled there by the wall from High. I thought that High with the concealed play going to be able to get a engage onto the members of Alter Ego, but they weren't able to get that so far. They are, though, trying to get an inhibitor, still able to be defended by Alter Ego Esports with the high ground that they have. Really good clear, and all Aura Fire was able to do with that Lord push was to be able to get the jungles away from Alter Ego Esports. But the one thing that I wanted to mention is Alter Ego keeps on looking for these initiation plays, and this is what I was talking about, right?
Yeah.
Aura Fire has a comp where they're so good at the counter engage, especially with the Edith and the Grok, that every time Alter Ego looks for an engage, Aura Fire are able to win the team fights with the amount of CC that they have. So it's not that simple, and especially if you use a Divine Judgment on someone like Fluffy, Fluffy wants to be there. Fluffy wants to be close to the members of Alter Ego, so he can pop in that Earth Shatter, get that CC lockdown down, especially onto the members like Nino and Udil.
Yeah, that's the thing, though. Divine Judgment onto the tank. Questionable move. That's why they need to target Facehugger. They need to find Kabuki. Remember, they're not on the Purify, they're on the Flicker and Inspire, so it's possible. It's hard, but it's possible. So again, spell resource here needs to be more disciplined, especially by Rossi. Penalty zone by Pi also can be utilized, but it is more unlikely. Again, they need to stay proactive here. If not, Aura Fire, they're just gonna suffocate Alter Ego.
You know what, I actually don't really mind just going in on the tanks, but the thing is there was literally no follow-up from Alter Ego. There was supposed to be an easy kill, at least for Rossi. He knows that he wants to kill, but there's no teammates there. I think there's a bit of miscommunication there. Just, you know, there's not much trust towards Rossi.
Yeah, it's just not worth it, I feel like, no? I mean, Fluffy built, you mentioned it earlier, Steel Like Plates, Tool, Steel Like Plates, but now they're looking for the Lord. Comfortable take as well. Good defense, good zone by Aura Fire. Taking that one comfortably. Remember now, this is an enhanced Lord Eternal. It can charge.
Yeah, a free Lord for Aura Fire here in the 13th minute of the game. 8,000 a gold lead, and Kabuki is so fed. And that is where you want the Melissa to be in, right? The problem was Melissa was already so fed even from that earlier point of the game. And you can see the damage output coming in from her as well. Van also, you can see here on screen, the concealed play already starting up as the Lord marches down in that top side. Van gonna go in onto Rossi so far, just gonna be able to zone the members of Alter Ego away. Nothing too fancy just yet. Facehugger still trying to clear in that mid side. Nino trying to deal damage onto the Lord, and they're going to be able to defend this. The only thing that Alter Ego loses here is the inhibitor turret in the top side. Still worth it for Aura Fire, but wait a minute. Facehugger going to open up the real world manipulation is actually going to be cancelled by the feather airstrike damage coming in from Udil, and this is why it's a little bit more difficult, right? If they take team fights out of the base, sure, fine, Aura Fire. They're gonna find a way to be able to counter setup. But the problem is, with the members of Alter Ego Esports, the way that they have built their draft, they have so much high ground, it's difficult for Aura Fire to go in and find that opportunity.
Yeah, I was about to say that this is a weird Aura Fire. They normally want to go in, just wreak havoc, but in this case, there's not much they can get from the... Oh, Pi going in!
Yeah, he goes in for a very, very risky play, but look at this! High gonna get taken down with the pickoff coming in from Rossi. Van gonna be the next one on the chopping block, still able to get away. Fluffy as well, but that is a one-member trade as Alter Ego Esports. They get a kill onto High, but they lose that inhibitor turret in the top side.
Yeah, back to my point, Eternal. It's Aura Fire. I think there's not much they can get from two Lords, right? This is a weird Aura Fire, but when I look at Alter Ego Esports' lineup, it's really, really easy punish. As you can see there, Pi just going in with the flicker and penalty zone, and it gets the job done.
Very strong high ground, right? From side of Alter Ego, right? Feather airstrike. You got the Natan as well that can just shred that Lord. Any siege can be easily taken care of by Nino himself, and after that they have Rasi, but oh my god, war!
Oh, Fluffy getting so much damage in, but Hai gonna be able to get an engage onto Alter Ego Esports. And this is Aura Fire declaring war. Pi goes down, and they're looking for another engage onto Rasi, still able to flicker out of it. But unfortunately, Udil was the one to pay the price! Nino gets taken down by Kabuki, and this is what we were waiting for. Aura Fire going to be able to siege that mid-side turret. Rasi and Tellyboy trying to be able to clear the wave, but the damage coming in from Aura Fire is too strong. Rasi going to be the next one to fall. Tellyboy trying to do what he can, but eventually he is going to be taken down. And this is Aura Fire leading the series 1-0.
Wow, Aura Fire strikes first. My goodness, why wasn't Van here in week 1? Why was he here in week 3?
Oh man, very clean game, especially Van just getting a lot of objectives done. But don't forget, Kabuki just wreaking havoc in every team fight that he's in. I was gonna say, Kabuki, it's always a crime to not use the Nobara skin, but I forgive you, bro. That was a really good showing of skills, Eterna.
Yeah, I think there were a lot of problems that Alter Ego faced in that game, right? The fact that the draft kind of didn't help them out as well. The fact that they, once again, like the keys to victory, they didn't play to the strategy that was meant for them, right? With the Lancelot, you are supposed to be able to get a little bit of a lead in that early game, but in that early game, they weren't able to snowball.
Yeah, it's weird because when you have a combination of a composition that works in early game, but you don't really have a marksman or you don't really